Today guys, I will be testing all the nerf and the buff cars on this update 53 on multiplayer fully upgraded in order to show you guys how good or bad are these cars right now. So with nothing else to add, let's check their new performance. In the first place, and as one of the first nerf cars on this update, we have the BMW M2, which was one of the best cars everyone could get in the old days of Asphalt 8, but nowadays is way slower than it used to be, because this car used to be extremely good at some multiplayer configurations, but now is just good at Max Pro. Let's remember that this car new rank is 1140, which is not the fastest by so far, and still I think that at this rank the Infinity Project Black S is still way better than this one. Let's remember that the Infinity Project Black S was also one of the nerf cars a few updates ago, and now both of these cars are fighting in one of the slowest ranks in the entire game. I don't know up to what point is this rank even useful, because let's remember that if you get the Chevrolet Corvette C3, you don't need these ranks at all. I had to speed up that part of the race because otherwise would have been so boring. So in these slower cars, I will have to speed up some parts of specific races. At the second position, we have the McLaren M40A, which was a quite useless car since it was changed to an old rank of 1507, and now is fairly way more decent than it used to be, because let's remember that this car new rank is 1232, which is way better and way more competitive, because let's remember that this is one of the main ranks we have on D class. So now this car major downside is the nitro duration, as it used to be back when it was back before the update arrived. So this car major problem is the nitro duration, but in the other stats it has a fairly decent acceleration, a really good handling, because let's remember that this car kinda feels like Formula 1 car, for example. So overall the handling is so good, the drift radius is also fairly decent. The only problem I would say this car has right now at this new rank is the nitro duration. But well, as I said, still their kings at this rank are the Chevrolet Corvette C3 and the Infiniti X50, if I'm not wrong with the name once again. So this car is at least way more useful right now. So if you have it fully upgraded, congratulations, because at least you have a fairly decent car as for now. Now in third position we have one of the major nerfs on this update, which was the Chevrolet Corvette 2016, if I'm not wrong. And this car was extremely good in the old days, mostly because of the insane speed it used to have, but now is a way slower. Honestly, is so slow, is at a rank of 1500. So well, it's not the fastest rank, but this car, I have to say that is a way more useful than it used to be right before the update, because has a fairly decent acceleration, a really good nitro duration around this rank, which is something quite important to keep in mind, and a decent top speed, of course. The drift radius, as I could check on this race on Iceland, was also fairly good, so I'm quite happy with that, because at least this car is fairly maneuverable. And the handling feels a bit heavy, but not too much. So overall, I will say that if you have this car fully upgraded right now, congratulations, because you have a fairly good car on this rank right now too, because it used to be quite useless, let's be honest, because it's used to get matched with the top classes kings, and this car had a really bad acceleration, but now is fairly good. In fourth position we have the Arinera Hizara GT, which was a Grand Prix car. No, Grand Prix, oh my god, which was a championship car. I forgot, because nowadays I have been playing Asphalt 9 way more than Asphalt 8, so sorry for the confusion. This car was a championship car, as long as I know. And well, it used to be not the worst car, because of course it used to get matched with the top class skins with the new matchmaking, but now is fairly decent. I think this is one of the weakest nerfs on this update, because while all the other nerf cars are still fairly useful in their new ranks, I think that this car acceleration is still quite weak, which makes it not as competitive as this car king, which is this car rank king, which is the Formula E. So I guess this is the weakest nerf of all the update. I still think that the car is not useless at all, but you will need a lot of skills in order to catch up and end in the top positions, at least with the acceleration this car has right now. And at last but not least, we have the Mercedes-Benz Silver Lightning, which was the only improved car this update, from a rank of 1705 to a rank of the top classes Kings, which is 1859. Now this car is fairly good, as I reviewed on the multiplayer test I made about it a few videos ago, as I said. So right now this car has an extremely good speed recovery compared to what it used to be. And that makes me quite happy, because I always thought that this car deserved a better position in the game, and finally got a fairly decent position as a very good Class S competitor. Has a fairly decent drift radius. Overall, all the stats except in the speed recovery are quite average, but the car itself as a whole is quite competitive. So if you have this car fully upgraded, congratulations, because you have a fairly useful car which can help you on events, multiplayer and gauntlets. So that was everything on this video. I really hope you all enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts about this car new stats in the comments, and I will see you really soon with more Asphalt. Goodbye, guys.